now we have completed that is up to treatment of proportionate profit. That means we have already covered the change in profit sharing ratio. We have covered that is treatment of goodwill, revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities, proportionate profit. Right. Now let us go discuss the last part, that how to calculate amount due to the retiring partner. Amount due to the retiring partner means how much amount we have to pay to the retiring partner. It is quite but obvious that it consists of the opening credit balance of capital account and current account, if any. Right. In case of fixed capital, there will be both capital account and current account. And in case of fluctuating capital, only capital account will be there. Then share of gain or loss on revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities, we already discussed it. Then shares of reserves and accumulated profits, we have also discussed it. Then share of goodwill of the firm, we have also discussed it. Share of proportionate profit up to the date of retirement, I have already discussed. Salary and commission payable up to the date of retirement, if he is entitled to. Then how much amount is to be paid up to the date of retirement, and is to be calculated and credited. Drawings if any during this period, and interest on drawings and capital. These are the minimum items which are to be treated with at the time of retirement. And we have to incorporate all these items in order to find out the amount payable to the partner. Right? This is one part. Another part is that we have to go through that sometimes the partner may retire in between. In between means before the closure of that accounting year. Right? So in that case what happened? That is section 37. Section 37 says that if the retiring partner retires in between or before the closure of accounting year, and if his accounts are not settled on the date of retirement, I will explain it with the appropriate example. If his dues are not settled or cleared or paid on the date of retirement, in that case he will be entitled to receive interest at the rate of 6% per annum from the date of retirement to the date of settlement, or proportionate profit, whichever is higher. Right? So whatever we have discussed so far, अभी तक हम लोग जितना discuss किए, better to go through a question. If you work out a particular question, because all this involves adjustment of capital also. All this involves adjustment of capital also. Right? So now let us discuss it. So now we will discuss about how to settle the account of a retiring partner, number one, and number two, how to prepare the capital account of the retiring partner. You see, while preparing the capital account, there are number of cases, number of instances, and number of, different avenues are there to treat a capital account. Different cases are there. So we will discuss one by one. You may not find all the cases in the books, but you have to go through all these cases. We have tried our level best to incorporate everything in the questions, and we will work it out. So please go through it and clearly. अच्छा होगा if you write down the questions in your copy so that it will be easier for you to refer it. As the question says, ABC are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio 3:1. B retired and their balance sheet on the date of retirement was as under. The balance sheet is given. There is bank is 15,000, stock 50,000, debtor 20,000, furniture 10,000, machinery 90,000, building 40,000, motor car 29,000, patent 12,000, goodwill 30,000, advertisement suspense 12,000, and profit and loss account 6,000. Right. On the liability side, it is given creditors 20,000, generals 24,000, workman compensation reserve 30,000, and capital A is 80, B is 60,000, and C is 1 lakh, and total comes to 2 lakh 40. In this way, the total balance comes to 3 lakh 40,000. Some additional informations are also there. That goodwill is valued at 60,000. Goodwill is valued at 60,000, and compensation against workman compensation reserve is 12,000. Available is 30. Claim is 12. So 18,000 excess is there. Building is to be increased by, you see, increased by 25%. Machinery is found undervalued by 10%. Found undervalued means it is appearing at 90%. half of the creditors are to be written off. It may so happen that the creditors may not be traceable, so that is why it has been decided to write it off. And profit up to the date of retirement is 72,000. Here it is clearly given. Here it is clearly given that up to the date of retirement of B, the profit is 72,000. Right. So now what we have to do? The main motive for giving this type of question is to explain you the different types and different cases of capital. How to adjust the capital, or we can say how to adjustments of capital in different cases. That is the main purpose of framing such type of questions. So first of all, let us see that. Let us first find out that revaluation account. We have to prepare the revaluation account. The revaluation account is, that is now seeing the building is found increased by 25%. Building given value is how much? Building is given at 40,000. 25% increase means it comes to 10,000. Machinery is given that machinery is found undervalued by 10%, means it is appearing at 90%. 90% to 90,000, so 100% is equal to 1 lakh rupees. So 10,000 is increased and creditors reduced by 10,000. So the profit on revaluation is 30,000 rupees and it has been distributed among A, B and C in the ratio 3:2:1. Right. Next one is new profit sharing ratio, since B is retiring. B is retiring, so new profit sharing ratio is 3:1. Right. Remember, now in this case, that is the profit of new profit sharing ratio is 3:1, and that is the gaining ratio as well. That is the gaining ratio as well. Then B's share of goodwill is how much? Total goodwill is 60,000 and B's share is 2/6. B's share is 2/6, so B is entitled for 20,000. Who will pay? That is to be paid by the gaining partners in the gaining ratio. Here gaining partner is who? Gaining partners are A and C. A and C has to compensate B, and the entry will be A's capital account debited, C's capital account debited to B's capital account. So these are the basic workings we need to show, and thereafter we will prepare the capital account. Right. So you just note down all the workings, because in every cases we need not to prepare all these things. Just we have to adjust it. So better you write down these notes, these workings, and copy down the questions, so that in every I can explain you the each and every cases, and you will find it easier to understand. So by now you must have recorded the question as well as the workings. So what we have worked out, that is revaluation profit is 30,000 and gaining ratio is 3:1, and B was compensated by A and C towards goodwill, and A paid that is 15,000 and C paid 5,000. Right. So I have told you that different cases are there regarding the preparations and adjustments of capital. Now the first case. Suppose the question is silent, nothing is given about the treatment of capital. At that time what you will do? Nothing is given about the treatment of capital, then at what you will do? Simply first prepare the capital account. You just see that opening balance, by balance brought down. A's capital was 80,000, B 60,000 and C is 1 lakh. General reserve, as it is an accumulated profit that is to be shared among old partners, old ratio. So general reserve is appearing at 24,000, that is to be distributed between A, B and C in the ratio 3:2:1, that is 12,000, 8,000 and 4,000. Right. Total workman compensation reserve is 30,000, of which the workman compensation claim is 12,000. So remaining 18,000 rupees to be distributed among the partners or to be credited to partners, old partners, old ratio, then that is 9,000, 6,000, 3,000. Revaluation profit we have calculated to 30,000, that is to be credited to old partners in the old ratio, that is 15,000, 10,000 and 5,000. Right. And you see there is an item here, it is given that the proportionate profit, it is given the profit up to the date of retirement was 72,000. Profit up to the date of retirement was 72,000, and B is entitled for 2/6 shares. So 72,000 into 2/6. 72,000 into 2/6, it comes to 24,000, and that is to be credited to B's account. That is B's capital account credited. It will be credited by profit and loss expense account by 24,000. Right. So this is all about the credits. And regarding the goodwill, B is entitled for how much? Total goodwill value is how much? That is 60,000 rupees. Value of the goodwill is 60,000, and B is entitled for 2/6. So 60,000 into 2/6, it comes to 20,000 rupees. and the 20,000 rupees will be compensated by whom? Compensated by A and C. So the entry will be A's capital account debited, C's capital account debited to B's capital account, or B's capital account is credited by A's capital account 15,000 and by B's capital account 5,000. Right? So credit part is over. Now come to the debit side. Goodwill, existing goodwill is there. Existing goodwill is there. That is 30,000 rupees. That is to be written up among old partners in the old ratio. So old partners capital account debited, A, B, C debited to goodwill. That is old ratio 15,000, 10,000 and 5,000. Second one, advertisement suspense, that is appearing in the balance sheet asset side. That is nothing but an accumulated loss, and that is to be written up among old partners in the old ratio. So that 12,000 rupees debited to old partners, that is 6,000, 4,000 and 2,000. Profit and loss account, which is appearing in the asset side, it is also an accumulated loss, and that is to be distributed among old partners old ratio, that is 3,000, 2,000 and 1. So after this, after all these adjustments, we have concluded or we have arrived at that adjusted capital of A, that is total of credit minus total of debit. Total credit minus total of debit, it comes to 77,000. B, total credit minus total debit, it comes to 1,12,000. And C, the total credit minus total debit, it comes to 99,000. Right? So now we have to adjust. Now when the question is silent, now if the question is silent, what we will do? The capital of B, the amount payable to B will be transferred to his loan account. Right? So at that time what we will do? To B's loan account, the amount due to him, that is 1,12,000, 1,12,000. Right? And remaining balance, to balance carried down, A 77,000 and C 99,000. So this is all you have to do if the question is silent. Right? And if totaling, I am not totaling, you have to do it. Now, if the question is silent, simply the returning partner's capital account will be transferred to his capital, that is total amount due, will be transferred to his loan account, and the remaining partner's balance will continue as it is. Right? Now, case 2. This is the case 1. Now, the case 2. Suppose it is given, we have calculated all these things, you must be knowing it. It is given that B was paid 12,000 cash and the balance was transferred to his loan account. B was supposed to receive 1,12,000 rupees. We have already calculated it. Now B was supposed to get 1,12,000, but it is given that B was paid 12,000 rupees instantly now. Instant means now, immediately. We have paid 12,000 rupees now, and the balance will be transferred to his loan account. Right? All the remaining adjustments remain as it is. So what you will do here? To bank, B will be paid 12,000. So pay him 12,000. The remaining amount is 1 lakh. Right? It will be transferred to his loan account, to B's loan account. It is 1 lakh. And the balance of A and C remain as before. Two balance carried down. Two balance carried down. That is A 77,000 and B 99,000. Right? So pay B is pay the amount due to B, of which we have paid only 12,000. Remaining 1 lakh rupees will be transferred to his loan account. The capital balance of A and C remain as it is, as we calculated. A is 77,000 and C is 99,000. This is case B. Next. Now the case 3. Case 3 is given that A, just to keep the stress on the wordings, A and C to bring the amount due to B. Amount due to B. Amount due to B is how much? That is 1,12,000 rupees. In their profit sharing ratio, and B was paid off. Amount due to B was 1,12,000 rupees. The profit sharing ratio between A and C is how much? That is 3:1. So A has to bring 1,12,000 into 3/4, that is 84,000. C has to bring 1,12,000 into 1 by 4, that is 28,000. Right? So now the entry will be bank account debited to A to C. So or A's account credited, C's account credited by bank 84,000 and 28,000. And now B will be paid off. So to bank, B has been paid, and now the capital balance of A and C will be changed. That is A is 1,61,000 and C is 1,27,000. Right? This is the third case. Now the next one. Try to understand the language, that is very important. Right? Next one. The next case. Here is given that A and C to bring sufficient cash. Again gives stress on the words sufficient cash in their profit sharing ratio to pay off B. Sufficient cash means what? Now you see, amount due to P was 1,12,000 rupees. Available cash balance is, that is bank balance, 15,000. So the amount to be brought in by A and C will be 97,000. And it is given that 97,000 that A and C brought in their profit sharing ratio. So A brings 97,000 into 3 by 4, that is 72,750. C brings 97,000 into 1 by 4, that is 24,250. This is the amount A and C to bring in. So A brings in 72,750 and B brings in 24,250. And with the proceeds, B was paid off. Now, when we will go for the next balance, new balance sheet of A and C, then in the bank column, no amount will be shown. And B was paid off, and the capital of A and C will increase by 72,750 and 24,250. Next. Now the next case is A and C to bring sufficient cash to pay off B in such a way that their capital will be in their profit sharing ratio, and here it is sufficient cash. Two things we have to give importance. I see the adjusted capital of A is 77,000, adjusted capital of C is 99,000, and amount required to pay off B is 1,12,000 rupees. However, the existing balance is 15,000 rupees, so that is to be adjusted. So now the total amount required to pay off B will be how much? That is 1,12,000 minus 15,000, that comes to 97,000. Right? So that 97,000 rupees to be brought in by A and C. So when they will bring in, the entry will be bank account debited to capital account. So ultimately the capital of A and C will go up by 97,000. Now the combined capital of A and C will be 977,000 plus 99,000 plus the amount they brought in for to pay off B. So now the combined capital of A and C comes to 2,73,000. Now in the question it is given that the capital of A and C will be in their profit sharing ratio. Their profit sharing ratio is 3:1. Right? So the A's capital will be 2,73,000 into 3 by 4, that is 2,04,750, and C's capital will be 2,73,000 into 1 by 4, that is 68,250. Right? So what we will do, let us first write down this balancing figure 2,04,750, leaving a gap. Some blank must be there. 2,04,750 and 68,250. I see the total credit minus total debit. Total credit minus total debit. So there is a balancing figure of 1,27,750. This is the amount to be brought in by A. Again I am telling you, see, now 1,27,750. Now total credit minus total debit. So 1,27,750 he has to bring in. Right. Similarly, in case of C, the total credit minus total debit, it comes to 68. Total credit minus total debit, it comes to 30,750. That the excess money C has, so C will withdraw it unless and until anything is given. He will withdraw it, or sometime it may be given that it will be adjusted through current account. It may be given, it will be adjusted through current account. In that case, that A's account will be debited by 1,27,000 current account, and B's current account will be credited by C's capital current account will be credited by 30,750. And with this proceeds, B will be paid off. Right? So now in the new balance sheet, bank account will not be there, and B was paid off. Then last one. Now this is the last one. A and C to bring sufficient cash to pay off B in such a way that the capital will be in their profit sharing ratio, leaving a cash balance of 10,000. Means now we have to work out in such a way that in the new balance sheet the capital bank account will be 10,000. Now what we will do? Adjusted capital of A and C. This is the amount required to pay off B, and we need 10,000 to remain in the business. That 10,000 rupees to remain in the business. Now the combined capital of total comes to 2,83,000. Means A's capital should be 2,12,450 and C's capital should be 70,070. Right. So now first you write down to balance carried down. Then total debit minus total credit. So this is the amount to be brought in by A, and total credit. This is the total credit minus total debit. This is the amount he will withdraw. C will withdraw, and we will pay off B. Now in this case, what will happen in the next balance sheet or the new balance sheet? That bank account, instead of 15,000, it will be 10,000. Right. Apart from all these, there may be some other adjustments also depending upon the question. So before going through, you have to be very careful that what the question actually intended to, and accordingly you have to work out. Very, very important that this type of questions are there. There may be some tricks that is, and about that English sentence, that is important, most important. You have to go through it very carefully and then only work out. Right. So carefully go through all the videos regarding that retirement, and remember that after the upcoming video is relating to the partner's loan account, how to adjust the loan account, how to pay him off, and the applications of section 37. Application of section 37 is another important aspect, and we will discuss with you.